Kentucky, often called the land of unbridled adventure, is home to nearly 900,000 acres of national forests, 49 state parks, and the longest cave system in the world. With hundreds of hiking trails, thousands of miles of rivers, and more than 50 fishing and boating lakes, Kentucky has no shortage of ways to get out and enjoy nature. However, you might think much of the outdoor fun here is reserved only for warmer months. But winter adventure in Kentucky is alive and well. There are numerous outdoor events planned in colder months to get you outdoors and moving. Not only nature hikes, but also wildlife viewing tours offered by the Kentucky State Parks. At Land Between the Lakes, you can watch bison in their full coats roaming and grazing in 2 adjacent 100-acre pastures. Winter also happens to be the peak season at Land Between the Lakes for bald eagle viewing. You can take a guided tour to learn how to spot some of the 200 bald eagles currently residing on both Kentucky and Barkley lakes. Each year, thousands of sandhill cranes make Barren River Lake a stop as they congregate to migrate during winter. Kentucky is also a wonderful spot for elk viewing tours, just like the ones offered at Wiley State Resort Park in eastern Kentucky. Elk were reintroduced to Kentucky in 1997 after a 150-year absence, thanks to a restoration project by the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife. From 1997 to 2003, approximately 1,513 elk were transported into Kentucky. Today, the estimated elk population in Kentucky is over 12,000. For many wildlife enthusiasts, this is a cause for celebration.
I'm Trinity Shepard, Park Interpreter for Wiley State Resort Park. Kentucky is very fortunate with the elk that we have now, in the fact that elk were once here and roamed much of Kentucky. We've seen elk disappear right around the middle 1800s due to the lack of hunting laws. In the early 1990s, the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife put together a plan to bring these animals back, and in 1997 we've seen the first elk released back into eastern Kentucky since 1850. There are several reasons that it's wonderful to have elk back into eastern Kentucky. Elk are native, and they're also a natural resource to our state. Not only just having elk back here and doing the reintroduction process, but they also bring tourism dollars to our state. People come to Wiley State Resort Park to be able to view these animals and to learn about them. While doing so, they're also staying at our park, visiting our gift shop, having dinner in our dining room. It's just a valuable resource that we have to our state. And on top of that, with them being native, it's about being good stewards of the land also with the reintroduction process. What I like most about elk, I guess, is how majestic they are. To be able to have elk in our backyard now instead of driving several hours or even days to be able to see them. These elk just have a majestic feature about them that is really unexplainable by words. On our elk viewing tours, people can expect to get up close and personal with these animals. When we go out, we either go out by a passenger van or by a bus, and we get in very close to these animals where people can have good photo opportunities. And we also educate people about the reintroduction process. We tell about the history of the elk, tell about the biology of the animal, outlook of the animal, and we give them a lot of facts that they might not hear elsewhere. Also, they get to stay at this wonderful park and enjoy some good food, great accommodations. It's just a great package for them to be able to enjoy. Some of our most enjoyable moments on our elk tours when we get to take our school groups out. Getting to take these school-age children out, even right up to high school seniors. Some of them, this is the first time that they've ever seen elk or heard about elk into eastern Kentucky, and it's very surprising to them. And just to be able to educate the next generation about this natural resource and to see their faces and to give them an opportunity to appreciate what's been done is probably some of our most exciting moments.
Wiley State Resort Park offers many ways to celebrate the return of elk to Kentucky. For instance, in the fall they offer an Elk Night Event, where guests can enjoy a buffet of elk meat with all the fixins. However, their most popular elk activity is the guided tour, and when we come back, we're taking a walk on the wild side to get a closer look at these majestic animals. Today we're at Jenny Wiley State Resort Park in Prestonburg to learn more about winter adventure in Kentucky. We talked with park naturalist Trinity Shepard about the reintroduction of elk in the Commonwealth, and we're now headed out on a tour to see these regal creatures in action.
I want to talk to you a little bit about elk restoration. A lot of people don't know it, but elk are actually native to Kentucky. Now, we all know what it means to be native. These animals were once here flourishing and doing very well before man ever settled this country. No established hunting laws at that time, okay? So they actually hunted them to extinction. So in the early 1990s, the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife put together a plan to bring these animals back to Kentucky. So from 1997 to 2002, there were a little over 1,500 elk released into Kentucky. And now today, we have an estimated herd of over 10 to 12,000 animals. It's so impressive that Kentucky's elk restoration model leads the way in the United States. Now you might be saying, why did they choose this area to release elk? Well, that's simple. You're looking at it. Look all the way around you, okay? You see these open lands, these grassy areas? These are reclaimed surface mine lands. One elk will consume 40 pounds of food a day. 40 pounds of food a day. There's no other place in our state that can sustain that much grazing without some type of negative impact other than the reclaimed surface mine lands. When we talk about these animals, we talk about them like cattle. A bull is a male, cow is a female, a calf is the baby or the young. The bulls are the largest, they're the ones with the antlers on their head. You don't take anything away from this tour today, these animals do not have horns. They have antlers. Horns are like your fingernails. They stay with an animal all of its life. Bighorn ram, mountain goats, common cattle and common goats, they all have horns. Antlered animal or cervids are moose, elk, caribou, mule deer, white-tailed deer, so on and so forth. Average weight's about 20 to 40 pounds of antler on their head. So we can tell very well already by the math that these animals are doing awesome in eastern Kentucky. So they are a precious natural resource, as is all of our wildlife that's native.
The elk viewing tours here at Jenny Wiley State Resort Park are a big draw. However, this Kentucky State Park offers even more ways to get out and enjoy nature. With 13.5 miles of trails, an 1,100-acre lake, a marina with 153 open slips, and a 9-hole golf course, the ways to get out and explore here seem endless.
I'm Julian Sloan, the park manager here at Jenny Wiley State Resort Park. We have a lot of people that come for our special events weekends. We have a lot of people that come for the camping, of course. The lodge in the park sits on a 1,100-acre Dewey Lake. We have a full-service marina. We offer pontoon rentals, canoe rentals, kayak rentals. Memorial Day through Labor Day, we have planned recreation activities Thursday through Saturday. Pretty much all day long we'll have activities going on in the lodge area, the campground area. We have anywhere from trail hikes to birdhouse building, Pinewood Derby cars building and racing. As we get into the off season, in the October, the changing of the leaves, we have a lot of people coming in for that. We have different workshops throughout the year, different special events. We have a photography weekend, we have a mammalogy weekend, we have an ornithology weekend, and then we transition, of course, into our elk tours. Jenny Wiley has 13.5 miles of hiking trails. We have 6 different trails, from the leisurely Sassafras Trail all the way to a more extreme trail, the Jenny Wiley Trail, which is one of the toughest trails in the Kentucky Park system. Jenny Wiley has 49 lodge rooms. We have 10 2-bedroom cottages and 8 1-bedroom cottages. We also have a 121-site campground. The campground is open April through November. The lodge, of course, is open year-round, 7 days a week. The lodge was built in the 1960s. It's built with rock and timbers. It's a very nice lodge. We're going through a renovation at this time. All of our lodge rooms and cottages will be renovated by the summer of 2015. The amphitheater was built in the 60s as well. We have outdoor Broadway shows in the summer. This summer they will have Shrek and Little Shop of Horrors. These will be starting mid-June. The Jenny Wiley Theater just this year opened an indoor theater. It is in Pikeville, which is about a 20-minute drive from the park. This allows them to have shows all year round. We're kind of unique in the fact that Jenny Wiley State Resort Park is one of the two parks that actually sits in the city limits. In 3 miles you can be in the city of Prestonsburg. So you've got this natural beauty that's this close to the city. So this allows a lot of the local folks to come out and enjoy our special events. So we have things geared towards the local community as well to the traveler that comes in. The reintroduction of the elk has allowed us to have a new activity in the winter months. We do more elk tours and take more people to see the elk than any other venue in eastern Kentucky. We'll take 300 to 500 people up to see the elk every fall and winter. It helps us explain the reintroduction of the elk to eastern Kentucky and the role that everyone's played in bringing them back.
More than just a Kentucky park, they also feature Kentucky Fare. At Mountain Highway Grill, you'll find buffet favorites like pork chops, fried catfish, and barbecue ribs, plus all the down-home fixins. As a Kentucky Proud restaurant, they offer locally grown meats when available, like Harper's Country Ham from Clinton, Kentucky, which they serve from breakfast to dinner. Did I mention their heavenly desserts? These decadent treats are the perfect end to any country meal. There's more Kentucky Proud fun with Dewey's, a lounge that offers a wide range of Kentucky drinks, from Kentucky bourbons to Kentucky beers to Kentucky wines. More Kentucky-centric items are waiting for you at the gift shop. From unique Kentucky-crafted items to fun tourist take-homes, you can find wearables, giftables, and eatables. This gift shop really does have a little something for everyone, and of course, all with a Kentucky theme. Whether you're an avid outdoor adventurer or a nature newbie, Jenny Wiley State Resort Park offers something for everyone and at any time of the year. Even if the weather outside looks frightful, don't miss out on Kentucky's winter adventures. There are loads of breathtaking winter landscapes and exciting winter wildlife just waiting to be discovered at any one of the 49 Kentucky state parks, where they'll be happy to help you plan your next outdoor adventure. With fancy shorelines, majestic mountains, winding caves, and enchanting woodlands, a perfect Kentucky exploration is out there just waiting for you. Nothing gets you back in touch with nature quite like seeing the Creator's creation and creatures up close. Make sure and add Jenny Wiley State Resort Park to your local travelers list.